What's happening, guys? This is the Grand Master of Faster, and welcome back to the Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. In the last episode, we talked to the Maku Tree, traveled back in time, and learned about the Black Tower as well as the essences of time that we need to recover. And in this episode, we are going to use the seed satchel that we got in order to explore Yol Graveyard, which is supposedly the location of the very first essence of time. And like your typical graveyard, it has spooky-looking trees and headstones. Not too bad. A little pedestrian for my tastes, though. Anyway, right here you can see that we are going to need a key to get past that gate. So let's go down here and see if we can find one. No way! It's too scary! It's pitch black inside that grave beneath the tree. Shut up! It's no good if you get scared. Besides, it might come out. The ghost. Ghosts. Stuff and nonsense. Although, I will admit, Link has had his fair share of paranormal encounters. Do I have a gaseous seed? No, I don't. That stinks. Okay, right over here there is a piece of heart, but unfortunately it's blocked by a rock, so there is nothing we can do about it. Yet. We will be able to get it after we complete the first dungeon. Yeah, we're gonna get it to explore our first dungeon. But before we do that, we want to burn this tree and reveal a passage where there is some more torches. And if we light both of these, we can see that the floor has a skull pattern. But more importantly, a key fell down. You got the graveyard key! And as you probably figured it out, now we can open that gate. In what else? The graveyard. So, my day's actually been going pretty well. I think from now on, I finally settled on a recording schedule. I will have new videos uploaded every Saturday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I think that's a good schedule to work around. Okay, so right here we have a new enemy, crows. They will fly and attack you. Yeah, after all, it's not a horror scene without birds attacking you. Or maybe that's just Alfred Hitchcock films. Okay, but enough of me rambling. Level 1, Spirit's Grave. And for some reason, every time you enter a dungeon, you have these statues with eyes always looking towards you. I don't know if it's just me, but I always found that a little unsettling. Okay, so right here we have a puzzle, but we're not going to do it quite yet. Instead, we are going to get this chest, which contains... It's a dungeon map! Press select button to see it. The darkened rooms are ones you haven't been to yet. So if we check the map, we can see that it's kind of flame-shaped in a way. I guess the hatred of the spirits in this grave burn with vengeance. But here is a new puzzle mechanic that is, I believe, exclusive to Oracle of Ages, actually. I don't think it appears in Seasons. You have to push this dice, let's call it, so that the blue side is face up in the center of all those torches. And once you do that, the door opens, and, big shocker, there are some skeletons here, or Stalfos to be more accurate. Just one sword swipe takes care of them, by the way. There's nothing in here. Okay, so, right here we have a Genie. He takes quite a few hits, but after you beat him, you get this key. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is we want to move this block over there. Now you'll want to head down, but don't go down too far, otherwise the door will shut again. Instead, go back up and push this block. that will give us access to this treasure chest, which contains the compass. Use it to track your position, locate chests, and find keys. Yeah, you know what the map and compass should do. By the way, you can actually burn these vines here to get to a secret room and a new enemy. Those guys are called ropes. If they see you, they will charge at you, exactly as the same as they did in Link's Awakening. And here is a ring. Good thing I saved up on some rupees, because I'll need them. Alright, push this block out of the way, and let us proceed to the next part of the dungeon. Now, just as it was with the case of Link's Awakening, every time you hear that chime, you will be inside a room with a key in it. Case in point. I have to say, though, there are definitely a lot more small keys in the dungeons in this game than there are in Oracle of Seasons, because I think I've mentioned it before, but I'll say it again. Oracle of Seasons is more geared towards action, whereas Oracle of Ages was more puzzle-based. Alright, here's a platform, but we need to hit this switch as well to make a chest appear. You know, I've always wondered something. What force makes the chest appear? If all you have to do is hit 2 switches and that magically causes a chest to appear, what causes the chest to appear? I guess maybe it's the goddesses of Hyrule. But anyway, here we have another moving platform. And we gotta push this block out of the way. Yeah, being the first dungeon, it's not very difficult at all. I believe this is a Gasha seed? Yes, it is! That would be perfect to plant outside the dungeon, that patch of soft soil that we saw earlier. Okay, let's hide. Okay, good. And believe it or not, we have actually already progressed through half of the dungeon. Yeah, that didn't take us long, did it? Believe it or not, well, actually, here we have a mini-boss. Meet the Giant Genie. Basically, what he will do is he will spawn 3 smaller versions of himself, and they will try and take control of you. And while they have control over you, well, yeah, he'll try and ram you. So, that's pretty much all he can do. Just hit him with your sword as many times as possible. And it's not really that difficult. But for some reason I took 1 full heart of damage, and I really shouldn't have. Okay, and as was the case with Link's Awakening, when you beat the dungeon's mini-boss, a portal will appear, teleporting you back to the beginning of the dungeon. Nifty little shortcut. So let's go over here and meet these moblins. Now I believe these moblins throw boomerangs at you. And you know, let's burn him with ember seeds. I said let's burn him with... I said burn him! Alright, forget it. Okay, let's unlock this door. Now, you've probably noticed something. There are quite a few pots in this dungeon, but we have no way of lifting them. If you've played Link's Awakening, then you definitely know where this is going towards. It's actually going to lead us over here once we lit both of these torches. There we go! Ooh, I think I see a familiar face from one of my previous Let's Plays. Yes, indeed, you got the Power Bracelet. Hold the button and press the D-pad to lift heavy objects. So the Power Bracelet pretty much serves the same purpose as it did in Link's Awakening. Now you can pick up those pots and stones that you couldn't pick up before. Press button, hold back, lift, and throw. Simple as that. Okay, there is another ring. So yes, there are 2 rings in this dungeon. Now over here we have our first instance of a pressure switch. You need to have something holding it down in order to keep the door open. Case in point, this pot. I don't think you can actually move pots in Link's Awakening. So, I guess that's a minor patch-up. Alright, here we have another chest which contains the boss key. Now we can get to where the boss lurks. By the way, your map screen will keep track of any dungeon items you find. In our case, we found all 4. The map, the compass, the dungeon item, and the boss key. Alright, and check it out! We're back at the beginning of the dungeon! How cool is that? So we'll warp back to the mini-boss room, head to the room we were previously in, but this time we want to go up. Okay, good, I found another heart. Now, in this room there is a new enemy. And there he is right now, the Wall Master. The Wall Master will try and grab you from the ceiling. And if he does grab you, he'll take you back to the beginning of the dungeon. But let's go ahead and fight the boss. This is Pumpkinhead. So, he's gonna walk around, and his main attack is he's gonna try and squash you like that. He really likes to try and jump on top of you. Sometimes 2 or 3 times. But, what you want to do is you want to hit his body until it fades away. Then you want to... I just stood there while he reformed. You want to pick up his head with the power bracelet and throw it at that ghost that appears. Also, you can use the sword. Oh, and sometimes he'll shoot fireballs at you. It's a very, very easy boss. Makes you wonder why I'm getting hit so many times. All it takes is 2 throws, and he's gone! Well, it's the first boss. What did you expect? Alright, we got a heart container, but more importantly, we are going to obtain the very first Essence of Time. You got the Eternal Spirit, an Essence of Time. Even after life ends, it speaks across time to the heart. So, 1 essence down, 7 to go. How cool is that? It seems as if time itself is on our fingertips. And now the Maku tree is going to talk to us. It's me, the Maku tree. I hear an essence echoing in the western woods. Can you go there? Why, yes, I believe we can, because we happen to be a very nice guy. And, oh! This is a super important character. Meet Maple the Witch. And you want to try and bump into her. Ow! Watch where you're going. You just hit Maple, the Great Witch Syrup's apprentice. Thanks to you, all the stuff fell out of my bag. The Great Witch will be mad, and I have to get that picture book. Who could have that picture book? Well, it's all made me mad, so I'm gonna take your stuff too. Okay, so basically, you gotta race to get all the more items than Maple can. You little... I'll remember this! Okay, I am going to explain about more how Maple works, but first we want to move this head with this stone. Someone finally came! This headstone blocks my path to the afterlife. I'm actually below here, right? I'd appreciate it if you could help me out. Who are we to reject the offer of a friendly spirit? Surely he must be friendlier than the ones we encountered in the dungeon. You must have moved my headstone. That means I can move on to the afterworld. My heart lifts at the thought of it. Thanks. Not bad for a headstone. You could use a little bit of interior decorating, though. Just a suggestion. You came out. Since I'm moving on, I don't need this anymore. Take it. I hope you can reach the afterworld soon, too. Well... I would prefer to reach it later rather than sooner, but he gives us the Poke Lock. It lightens the heart? Okay, so where was I? Ah yes, Maple. Whenever you slay a certain number of enemies, every now and then Maple will appear at certain spots in Labrina. And if you bump into her, she can spill out a number of different items. As you saw there, she'll only spawn rupees, mystical seeds, and hearts. But if you're lucky, sometimes rings and gaseous seeds will appear. And if you're really, really, really lucky, there's a chance that she will drop a piece of heart. But like I said, that is extremely rare. So, we are back in Lina Village, and I think now is a good time to end the video right here. So, next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages, we are going to travel to the Western Woods. Once again, please be sure to leave a like or comment below. Also, if you can subscribe to my channel, I'd really, really appreciate that. See you guys next time.